Now you are.
Now I did.
He's recording.
Uh-oh.
It's time for a podcast. Hang on, I gotta
It's
start the
time.
timer. I paused it. Hang on. Okay. Welcome, everyone, one and all, to the Brothers Game Podcast. Yay! Woo! Where we talk about Homestar Runner and the history of the Brothers Chap.
The Brothers Chap?
Yeah, they made Homestar Runner.
Oh, right.
The Chapman Brothers.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Get on your knowledge.
Okay, fine.
How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Brian? What's up?
You know, it's going.
Same. Dude, we've been going for 30 seconds. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's going
this is the best intro I think we've
really
ever
well.
had.
Man, what a great podcast. You guys are lucky we do this for you. So Brian, what have you been up to?
Still Age of Empires. These campaigns.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them.
I'm really close to the end, though.
Oh, cool.
All I have left.
Age of Empires? Like, you're going to beat Age of Empires.
I'm going to have completed all the campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you consider that beating Age of Empires?
Sure.
I mean, that's pretty much all there is to do. Single player, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Games like this, it's not like we have.
Right, there's no really beating a game like
Yeah.
that, I feel like, but is that as close as you can get to beating it?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, there's only so much other content. There's other than the campaigns, there's the historic battles, which there's a handful of, and then there's the Art of War, which is like
Like the book?
yeah, but it's like so they had a tutorial campaign essentially, which is the Celtic or Scottish campaign. That serves as like the tutorial for the game, and then they were like, okay, we're going. So Age of Empires 2 has a long time established meta because it's a 20+ year old game,
Right.
So they brought in they actually like analyzed the play styles of some of the highest level players and made some tutorials based on that. So for instance,
Interesting. So they made like chess AI.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah, sort of,
Yeah.
And the AI for the game plays a lot more like
Dang,
those
that's kind of
players
cool.
do. Yeah,
That's at least interesting.
There's this strategy in Age of Empires this is a pretty standard strategy. This is probably, I would say, like if you're just going for the vanilla strategy to win Age of Empire an Age of Empires 2 game, this would be it, and it's called fast castling. And basically,
Which is a chess strategy also.
yeah, but
that's funny.
It's getting to the castle age quickly, with like under 20 minutes.
Okay.
And
Is that fast?
yeah, actually. And you can, so it's a little counterintuitive, but you want to actually stay in Dark Age a little longer than you might think. You don't want to go to feudal as quickly as possible because it takes a bunch of resources to get to feudal age. You want to build up a lot more before you go to feudal age, and then you pretty much want to go to castle age almost immediately after you hit feudal age.
So you want to almost skip feudal.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then after that, you can go a few different ways. One of the classic strategies is a night rush, where you just start spamming knights, and then you just run into your opponent's base and start killing them with the knights.
You start screaming knee at them.
Yeah, because knights are a tough unit, and they're expensive, but they're not like super expensive. So you can get a handful of them ready to go, and if you can do all this quickly enough, your opponent likely won't be ready to respond to that, and you just clean up all their villagers. And then they have no economy, and they can't respond to your attack, and then you just wipe them out.
Nice. There you go. Wipe them out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've been watching. So, are you familiar with ELO? ELO ratings?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. So, it's named after some guy whose last name was Elo, so it's not. I thought it was an acronym, but no, it's just based on.
It does
somebody's
sound
name.
like an acronym.
Yeah,
Does not sound like a man's
but
name.
it was. I guess it was designed for chess players to determine their skill level, essentially.
Oh, so that's like the 2000 rating and stuff.
Yeah. And
That I've heard of. So
And so Elo ratings
I
have been
sort of
used in a lot in RTS also. League of Legends uses it.
Oh, okay.
Age of Empires 2 uses it. StarCraft uses it,
Cool.
I believe. And so
This is a pro rating for almost many different games.
and this is
then.
kind of like an industry standard
Yeah.
one too. It's not like
I know
it's
it's
not
I
like
know it's
some
very
game company
professional.
came
No, it's
up
very
with one.
professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And so in Age of Empires 2 you have high elo players and low elo players. Well, there's this guy who is himself a high elo player as far as I can recall. T90 official is his YouTube channel, and he casts games on his Twitch and then uploads them to YouTube also. And he has a series called Low Elo Legends, where he watches a game of low elo players and commentates on it. And some of these are so fascinating because low level players don't use the standard strats.
Right.
They just do whatever they think is best in the moment, and so you can often get way more interesting games than high
they're
level
unpredictable.
players.
Yeah.
where they're using just standard strats.
That's
and just whoever
exactly.
can
So it's exactly like
accomplish.
chess,
Yeah.
basically.
It's a lot like chess.
Interesting. I didn't really expect that from, but I guess it sort of makes sense. It is a war strategy
Yeah.
thing, just like chess would be. Interesting.
And it's like, so I haven't played competitively at all, so I don't know what my elo rating would be. I imagine it would be fairly low.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very good. I'm not very quick.
So in this is like, what's the lowest elo rating? Like one.
The lowest I've seen was in the 600s, so I'm
Okay.
guessing it's in the low hundreds.
Yeah, 100 somewhere.
probably.
Okay, that's what I figured because I know like chess masters are over 2,000
Yeah.
or elo or something like that. So
And
Interesting.
so a lot of it comes down to actions per minute or APM.
of course, there's all these names and acronyms for things.
I think there's a certain point where, like, I don't think no matter how much I practiced, I'd ever be able to break. But
Yeah.
I'd like to think I could get into the upper hundreds of elo based on some of the games I've seen, at least. I wouldn't make the same mistakes these players just did, but I'd make different ones. I'm sure.
course, yeah.
Because I don't really know build orders very well after like feudal age, so I know the fast castle strategy, but yeah, anything beyond that, I don't quite know yet.
And we're back. You would make different mistakes, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
There's no edit there at all. This was very clean. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I have 4 campaigns left at this point.
Okay.
I have the Saracens, which are like the Arab Muslims,
Okay.
the Vietnamese, the Spanish, and the Huns. Yeah.
Let's get down to business.
So as the Saracens, I'm on the last level where I have to fend off the Crusaders during the Third Crusade,
Yeah.
including like
Jeez.
Richard the Lionheart of England and all that. I watched a video on how to beat it, and then I tried to do what he did and could not do that. So I
It's always
have
interesting.
put that one on
you always
pause
see,
for a while.
you know, you like see someone go through that or whatever, and you're just like, that looks easy. Like,
Well, it
you're
looked
like,
easier than
because
what
you
I
know
would.
the steps. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just do that. But then you're like, oh, I can't do that. That's way harder than I thought it would be.
I always try the level on my own, and then if I can't figure out how to do it, I will watch a video on how it's beaten and then try what they did. That's worked pretty well. I've been following this guy, Ornlu the Wolf, which is the name of a wolf in Age of Empires that you fight during the Mongol campaign. But and he's done all of the campaigns on hard mode and got gold medals. So
Are you on hard mode?
no, just standard.
Oh, just standard. Okay.
I don't think I will ever bother trying to beat the campaigns on hard mode. I don't have that kind of free time anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
If I was
I get that.
if I was 17 and this was
Yeah.
summer break, I'd be all about it. Like, let's do hard mode, let's go, woo! But
the good old days.
and then I'm actually right before we started recording, I was playing through
Yeah.
the Vietnamese one on the last level, which I think I'll be able to do on my own. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard.
Cool.
And then the Spanish one, I'm on the second to last level, where you have there's a several campaigns where it's like, okay, you have 3 villagers, 5 soldiers, and a few walls, and you need to defend yourself from these post-imperial age guys with cannons and trebuchets and a full walled base with castles. Now go.
Go. Do it. Do it.
And so that's one of those scenarios. And then the Huns, it's destroy the Western Roman Empire.
Nice.
So
Goodbye, Rome. So that's how it ends with the last campaign. Destroy Rome.
yes.
Finally. Yes.
Or at least the western half. The eastern half will be fine for another 1,000 years or whatever.
Just for a little longer. That's funny. But yeah, I was just thinking about how I do that as well, where I'm like, I'll watch something and you can even like, when you know a lot about the game but aren't even necessarily that great at it, but you can even nitpick people in videos doing stuff, especially if they're just like Let's Players and they're just playing it. You're like, you should have done this and this. That would have gone perfectly.
Yeah.
But then you like play it and you're like, oh, okay. No, I get it. I get that this is not that easy. Like,
and you're like, well, I'm messing up here and there and there, and wow, I'm doing this terribly.
Never mind, I suck. Forgive me
at this game.
for ever questioning you. Like I watched. So before I ever played, I had never played a Dark Souls game of any kind.
Oh yeah,
of any kind.
Dark Souls,
Bloodborne included. Hadn't played that or anything. But I watched when it was fairly new. I watched both the Game Grumps and the two best friends play through Bloodborne, and so I knew the game itself pretty well. I knew the items pretty well and stuff, and I thought I was like, I'm gonna be great at this game. Like I know everything. I was like, you should have rolled here. You would have dodged it. And then I played and then I finally got Bloodborne when I finally got a PS4, and I played it for like a couple hours, and I'm like, I am the worst. I suck. I can't keep a single blood whatever thing to save my life. And so that was interesting. Great game though. Still a super good game.
I haven't tried Bloodborne yet, but I've played some Dark Souls, and I actually made a little bit of progress, and then I didn't play it for a good like 6 months to a year. I picked it back up, and it was as if I was starting from ground zero. Like I had lost every bit of skill I had developed at the game. So I'm like, well, this is going to be not fun.
Dark Souls really is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls games.
It really is. It has earned a reputation for a reason.
Yes. Have you played Bloodborne?
No.
Oh, you should definitely play Bloodborne.
I've also not played Dark
good
Souls
stuff.
2 or 3, just the first game.
I have Dark Souls 3 too. I need to play that too. Yeah. Speaking of, Demon Souls just came out for PS5. That's one of the launch titles.
Oh, interesting. So like a remake of the original? I think
it's a remake of the original, which is before Dark Souls even.
Yeah,
That's like the real OG, so that's cool. Yeah, I think it is a remake, but it looks awesome. Yeah. People are really into that, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's so funny how there can be remakes like that, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is gonna be awesome." But then when Nintendo remakes something, everyone like says, "All they do is remake games." But Nintendo fans love complaining about Nintendo.
Yep.
So yeah, Age of Empires, that's cool.
Yep. So yeah, so once I've beaten the campaigns, so because playing through the campaigns, you don't need to play the way that you do against either like harder level computer players in a standard 1v1 game or playing against real people. So I'm not really playing like correctly because I have a lot less villagers, and just because I haven't found I've needed them in the campaigns. Like 15 each on wood and food has been plenty for me. So my tried and true strategies are, if I have access to cannon galleons, use them.
Nice.
And otherwise use rams full of pikemen. Because with a ram, you can garrison units inside of it. And so and when you garrison units, it actually makes the ram move faster and do a little bit more damage.
Nice.
So there's a lot of incentive to do that. And so what I'll do is I'll make like 8 rams, and I'll fill them with pikemen and send them into the base. And anytime they destroy a ram, out pops 5 pikemen to kill any of the units around them. And so
nice.
And they'll usually use melee units because rams are weak to melee damage. And a lot of melee units are weak to pikemen.
Nice.
So,
there you go.
Like any mounted units like cavalry. So if they like swarm your rams with knights, suddenly they have a bunch of pikemen in their face
Nice.
while your
That's
rams
awesome.
are destroying their castles and towers and all their defensive buildings. And a few waves of that is usually enough to take out most bases.
Nice.
One time I was like, okay, this base really needs to die, so I sent in 16 rams. That's pretty much enough to take out almost any base. 16
Wow.
rams, each full of 5 pikemen.
Amazing.
That'll take down most bases. I think I also had 30 paladins.
Yeah.
Flanking them to support as a support.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
I was just thinking now, more talking about pro playing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the time and like, say you were promised that you'd get paid to do it,
Mm-hmm.
so like you would know that going in, what game could you commit to? Like, what game do you think you could become a pro level player at,
Gosh, I don't know.
if given the time and promise of money? Perhaps.
Because like every time I've tried to get really, really good at a game, I always hit a ceiling. The highest ceiling
that's
I
common,
ever
though.
seemed to hit, there were the two games that stick out to me that I feel like I'm good at. But then, of course, every time I play someone who's really good at them,
Right.
I get shown up. But is Halo and Mario
Halo's-
Kart.
Oh yeah,
actually.
Mario Kart. Interesting.
Mario Kart 64. I only have
64
only
in
one
particular, yeah.
person that we know can beat me at it, and that's Perry.
Yeah, Perry's
Every-
just good at games.
Every other person we know who has played that game with any regularity, I can beat. And I've beaten Mirror Mode. I've gotten all the gold cups and everything.
Right.
I would say I am good at Mario Kart, or
Yeah.
at least at 64. The
64
newer
in
games I'm not
particular.
as good at.
Interesting. I mean, Halo's an obvious answer for both of us. I
Yeah.
would say that's because that's a game we put a lot of time into,
And not necessarily FPS in general, because I'm not good
No.
at COD.
but that's very particular. Halo is very different than
Yeah.
most. I think most people would agree with that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean that one's up there for me, obviously too.
I would not say any fighting game.
No,
Like I'm better at Soul
the
Calibur
opposite.
than probably any other fighting game, but
Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
I got decent at Persona 4 Arena. Just because I love Persona and wanted to get really good at it,
Yeah.
but I am not a fighting game person at
Yeah,
all.
our friend Ben, he helped me get good at Soul Calibur, but I'm still not good at it. I'm
Yeah.
just like
Better
I can
than
beat
terrible.
Yeah, I can't beat somebody at it who is actually good at fighting games.
Right, just a fighting game person.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's such a separation. Like
Yeah.
there are fighting game gamers, and then there are non-fighting game.
If you were
gamers.
just like
that
a
is- it's
general
huge jump.
an avid gamer who is decent at games and
Yeah.
plays fighting games sometimes, I can probably beat you at Soul Calibur. If you're a fighting game player,
Yeah, no
even
way.
if you've never played Soul Calibur,
Yeah,
you
you
will
know
probably beat
fighting
me
games
because you
enough, right,
understand combos and
Yeah, you can quarter turn
that
perfect.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, every time I've tried to be decent at a fighting game, I'm just like I don't have the want to put this much time into
Yeah.
it to get good at it.
And then as far as games that I've spent the most time in with the least return as far as skill
Dang.
improvement
Dang.
is Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah,
I have
we are
s-
not Smash
I've
people.
spent hundreds of hours on Smash Bros. Trying to get good, and it will never happen. I hit my skill ceiling, and it is very
And
low.
it's over. Yeah,
It is
No
a very
more.
low ceiling.
some people are just insane about that game, man.
And there are some
Especially
games
Melee,
that like
but-
there gets a point where there's just no more room for improvement, and I just can't actually get any better because I've just hit my personal limit for that game. I feel like I've hit that with a few games. There's some that I just don't. I'm not interested enough to take the time to actually even get to my own personal ceiling,
Exactly, yeah.
let alone get any better. I do want to try to get better at Age of Empires. I want competitively. I want to get to the point where I can take on like a hard level CPU.
Right. So you want to be at least there, like you can
I wanna-
competently beat a hard level.
Yeah. I want to at least be able to like do a fast Castle Night Rush successfully.
Like learn the strategies at
Yeah.
least. Yeah. Totally.
Now, CPUs in Age of Empires are pretty vulnerable to rushing. So if you do any of the various rushing strategies and pull it off well, they won't stand a chance. But I want to be able to beat them without rushing. It like do the whole
Gotcha.
boom. It's called booming when you build up to like 100 villagers and just get tons of resources so you can get these huge armies.
Makes sense.
I want to be able to like boom, get up to Imperial Age, build up a really big army, and just wipe them out that way. That's the way I enjoy playing the game, and so I want to get good at that way of playing.
Makes sense.
It's often not the best way to go because your enemy's probably going to try to rush you in some way.
No, that makes sense too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I find a lot of games that I like, but then at the pro level, they play in a way I don't like. Like I'm like, I would never want to play that way. Like when like Pokemon is the perfect example. Like I know you kind of almost got into, the Pokemon Showdown website type stuff.
But even then, I played the way I play.
Yeah, like
I didn't
the way people
really
min-max
the meta.
and IVs and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, just play Pokemon. Like, gosh, I hate it. Like the whole attitude behind it, I guess, is more what I dislike is the attitude behind pro Pokemon playing.
It's funny. Myself and several of my friends growing up really thought I was a min-maxer, and then
but not compared to nowadays.
Turns out I'm not at all.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
Yeah, for real.
I just the way I like to play Pokemon and a few of the games like it is I just like to win and win quickly. And against computer players in Pokemon, that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways you can do that.
Well, because you can just go all damage moves. Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about status stuff because if you're powerful enough, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Against trainers and stuff.
Yeah, high special attack or attack.
Yeah.
And then moves that deal either high physical damage or high special damage, and then enough speed so that you always go first and you win.
Yeah, if you get into baton and pass and stuff, I'm like, I want nothing to do with it. No thanks.
Well, and for me, I hate the way these aren't even necessarily
annoying.
pro level players, but
like
people who are better than me at competitive Pokemon.
Yeah,
they stall, and that is the most annoying way to play.
It's just
Pokemon.
Annoying and boring, kind of.
It just makes it tedious.
Yeah,
and tedium is not fun.
Yeah,
I don't think.
So like other games where I'm like would be more into that is like platformers and stuff.
Yeah,
or even RPGs like Paper Mario. Obviously, we both one of our favorite games, our favorite game actually. Period. Like, but those kind of games, it's like, well, you can only be so good, quote unquote.
Yeah, because
it's mostly about then speed running at that point.
Yeah,
becomes the level of good, quote unquote.
With RPGs, it's like it's not even like necessarily your ability to execute. I mean, it can be.
But that's rare because usually
it's often just like learning. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah,
and then
it is a numbers game.
And then often in RPGs, it's a lot of RNG even.
Yes. That's when it gets like really hard is the RNG aspect of it. Yeah, I know like I was just watching actually not that long ago a speedrunner called I'm Glower. He's one of the best Paper Mario speedrunners ever. He's really amazing. He was doing like a stream run and like he got bad RNG on one thing and he wiped like 8 hours of work.
Wow.
Because of one RNG thing that happened, it was like ruined it completely. It's because like the faster strategies in that game have more RNG. Yeah. But if they all work, then it's perfect and it's insanely fast.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like really weird, hard things.
And then even then, like being good at speedrunning isn't necessarily being good at the game. It's just being good at a certain way of playing the game.
At this path or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lot of RPGs, I think, it's hard to quantify skill in an RPG.
Yeah. Whereas something like Mario 64, for instance, I'd love to be good at speedrunning that, but like a lot of it is executing glitches.
Yeah.
To get fast, and that actually takes skill because of the way you have to input.
I feel like platformers
perfectly.
are definitely
Very
more skill based than most games.
Yeah. And like, yeah, because executing some of those glitches is insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know. One of those games would probably be, I'd love to be like really good at speedrunning, something like that. Something like Paper Mario or Mario 64 or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Also, I guess Kingdom Hearts would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of weird min-maxing too.
I would not have any hope at being that good at
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
People-
I struggle with just
the regular
beating the game on
yeah.
standard.
But
No, I mean it's like beating some of the challenges on standard.
Yeah. I don't know how people do like, Kingdom Hearts 2 Proud Mode level 1 plays.
Yeah.
Because there's an ability where you can get no experience.
Right.
And just play the whole game at level 1.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. How is that physically possible?
I still love that somebody
Absolutely
beat Kingdom
insane.
Hearts with a DDR mat.
Someone did do that. I did see that. Absolutely insane. I mean, that's just a level of gaming I don't think we'll ever get to.
Yeah.
But
They
whatever.
have ascended.
Whatever. Yeah. That's fine. We'll just sit and talk about games instead.
Yeah.
As long as people listen to it. So thank you for listening. So you've been playing Age of Empires. That's
Yes.
cool. I have been playing, speaking of, Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that. There's so obviously I haven't had time to play games.
Right.
You
own a house
I
now.
own a house and I own a catering company. So it's a little busy sometimes, but I have gotten time just in the holiday weekend because we're recording this first week of December. So we just had Thanksgiving and stuff, which was great. So I was just playing Mario 64 because that's fun and easy. And it just came out on the Switch pack, the 3D All-Stars. So that's been fun. I'm like 80 stars in. So I'm pretty good ways there.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's good.
I just got into the last floor, the top floor.
80 stars is probably about as much as I've ever gotten.
I figured, yeah.
And what did that take you, like a week, 2?
Maybe. Probably not even a week. Well, it's the first 2 levels are easy.
Oh, well, yeah.
The main, like the main floor and the bottom floor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The top floor is where it gets harder. When you
Yeah.
when you get to the rainbow course one and stuff, then I'm not quite as quick as doing
The
doing
first,
it.
15 stars I've got down.
Yeah,
That's
no
biggie.
problem.
But as soon as you get past that, the graph looks bad.
When you do all the levels in order and get all 7 stars on each course as you go, it's crazy how many stars you have when you finally get to the last floor.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done any of the levels there. I'm already up to 80 stars. So it's kind of funny. I think my least favorite level, the hardest level still, is the big small world.
Oh, yeah.
Where one painting makes you big, one makes you tiny. I'd say that's probably still the hardest level for me. It's just because it's hard-ish, but also just annoying. It's such a pain. The 100 coins there, I hate the Wiggler cave part. I hate just stuff like that.
I played that game before I knew anything about online guides for games.
Yeah.
Game FAQs. It existed at the time. I just didn't know about it until 2004, 2005. So when I played Super Mario 64, there were a lot of stars that I just straight up had no idea how to get.
Right.
And that's
Totally makes sense.
So I spent a lot of time just trying to figure out how to get some of those stars.
I
and
don't
had no clue
remember
how.
when I learned how to play Mario 64. I really don't. Now it's how could I not know where to get that star because I've beaten it so many times. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't really remember learning that.
Yeah.
I don't remember when I learned that, on TikTok clock going in at noon makes the time stop and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember
think a friend
learning
just
any
told
of
me
that.
that.
Yeah, I may have just watched you do it, honestly.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Even though I'm the one who plays it mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of funny.
But the level where you're going up a mountain the whole time and there's the big mushrooms floating in
the mushroom
air
one,
and there's a star just sitting on one of them.
Yeah.
I could never figure
yeah.
out how I was supposed to get over there and
The
get
star
it.
on the lone mushroom or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because the cannon's very hidden on that level.
Yeah.
The cannon to get over there. Yep, totally.
And I think there's
That was a pain,
there's
too.
another cannon that it seems like it'll get you over there, but it never will, no
really?
matter how you aim it.
Oh, that's messed up. I don't remember that.
But
possible.
or maybe that is the canon and I'm just really bad at aiming. I don't know.
Possible. I've gotten down, I think, how to do it. It's like, because there's a cloud there. And so I don't remember. I think it's just above the cloud, just a little bit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the big thing of that game is the 100 coin stars are such a pain sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like, as much as I hate the big small world, I think still one of the most annoying ones is the sand level.
Oh yeah.
Shifting Sands land. One with the pyramid and stuff, Yeah, I hate that 100 coin star.
Yeah.
I actually had to look up again how many coins are outside the pyramid and how many are inside. Because once you're in the pyramid, you can't leave.
Oh
So
yeah.
like if there's not enough coins in there, then you're
yeah.
screwed. You have to start all over again after 15 minutes of collecting coins.
Yeah.
So that one I cheated a little bit and looked up how many coins are in each.
And
yeah.
dude, if the last coin you get is in a really awkward spot,
yeah.
then the star is going to be in a really awkward spot.
Yeah, you got to really keep in mind, like, sometimes if I see just a few coins sitting on the ground or whatever, I'll leave them for last, just so I know the star will be easy to get.
Yeah.
Although this was fun twice now, both in, what's the level called? It's the submarine one.
Oh yeah.
Just, the one with the second Bowser level. On that one, I got the 100 coins star and the 8 red coins at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So like the last red coin was also like made me hit 101 coins or whatever. And so I triggered 2 stars appearing at the same time. I love doing that.
Yeah.
That just happened to work out that way. I did the same thing in Hazy Maze Cave too.
Nice.
Which I really like that level. I remember like replaying the game again. I really enjoy Hazy Maze Cave because it's just interesting. It's the that one, right?
Yeah, it's funny when you're mentioning these. It's a little nostalgic for me because some of these levels I haven't played in many years now.
Yeah, especially the later ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was really fun. Oh, Jolly Roger Bay, the first water one. That one's actually interesting because the coins aren't that hard to get necessarily, but there are only 103 coins in the entire level, like no matter what.
Oh, wow.
No matter what. So, like they're easy to get, but if you miss any of them, it's over.
Wow.
Especially like there's one of the blue coin switches.
Yeah.
And so if you don't get every single, because there's 103, not 105. So if you don't get every single blue coin, you cannot get and they disappear pretty quickly.
Wow.
So that's the level where it's like, a little anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Getting that
I
one.
can imagine.
Anyway, so that was fun. So I think I'm going to do the water level next. The one with the different like water levels.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the water striders and stuff. That one I like too. Yeah, it's really only that.
I spent a lot
big,
of time on that
small
level.
It's pretty big, yeah. And it takes a little more time to get each star, I feel like.
And it's one of those ones where I didn't know exactly how to get each star, but I was like, I'm going to try and figure it out. And I would just play with the water levels until I found a combination that seemed to get me where
Definitely.
I need.
It's one of those where it's like once you know where all the stars are, it's really easy. But when you're first figuring it out, it's not. So, yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's been fun. I also just watched Michael Jones of Achievement Hunter play through it on stream. He just started streaming. Like he wasn't a streamer at all.
Yeah.
But until now. And his Twitch channel is just called Michael Streams Here. And his title cards and stuff, everyone's got like fancy, streaming stuff where it's like this animated like stream starting soon title cards and stuff. And his are just like MS Paint like doodles of stream starting. Or he has one that just says going PP when he has to take a break and stuff like that. Nice. Anyway, that's great. But yeah, he just played through it. He's also playing through Fire Red, which is great. It's cool to see other people's play styles for stuff like Pokemon because I sort of expect everyone to be the like annoying strategic type of players. Yeah. And he's not at all. He's a lot more like us and how we would play.
It's funny. Nice. It seems like they're either the strategic player or the player that's like, I'm just going to pick Pokemon I like.
Yeah, I like this one. He also like takes way too long just like grinding wild Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Like he had a 6-hour stream
Mm-hmm.
where he like beat Surge.
Wow.
It wasn't even like he went from like Cerulean right before Misty to beating Surge
Wow.
in 6 hours because of how much like just messing around he did.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
I
great.
can get
You could
from.
probably beat the game in 6 hours almost.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
I've beaten it in like I think my record was about 5 hours and 20 minutes or so.
So that's how he plays.
Yeah.
I was unexpected, but it's nice to have on the background if you're painting, for instance.
I might have already mentioned
was
this, so I'll only mention it briefly. But when I was looking into how Pokemon speedrunning worked, and I learned that there is a specific strategy to it of using Nidoking and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to do that because that's just
normal.
it's boring to just use the exact same to use a like set strategy
Yeah.
for it. So I was like,
It is.
So I tried it the way I normally do it, and it was between like 8 and 10 hours. And I'm like, I have to be able to do better than this, right? And the strategy I used to get 5 hours and 20 minutes is start Squirtle, catch a Pikachu, use only those 2 Pokemon for the whole game.
Yeah. Nice.
Have an HM slave also.
Right. Of course.
I think I had a Bellsprout.
Bellsprout's a great
that was
one.
like level 15.
Yep. Bellsprout is like the go-to HM slave.
Oh, dude, that reminds me this amazing fight. I was fighting Lance in the
Okay.
Elite Four.
Yes.
He
the final
killed
Elite Four member.
He killed all my Pokemon except my HM slave
Except
Bellsprout. And his Dragonite would do nothing but barrier. Literally nothing but
What?
barrier. I killed him with a level 15 Bellsprout.
Incredible.
Or no, I didn't because I wound up using Struggle, and I think Bellsprout wound up dying before he could kill
With struggle.
Dragonite, I think.
Ugh.
I can't remember
So
actually
sad.
even, but that's more likely what happened.
Probably.
But yeah.
Still really funny.
I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. He's just
That's
using
amazing.
only barrier because the AI logic was like, Bellsprout is grass poison. Poison is weak to psychic. Barrier is a psychic type move.
Probably.
But it doesn't do damage.
Probably. Gosh, it's so dumb.
And of course, one of my biggest complaints about the Pokemon games in general is how moves like Barrier and Growl and Tail Whip have way too much power points, way too many power points. You can use them like 40 times in
Right.
a row, which I don't think any move should have that many power points, no matter
No
what
way.
move it is. It's like, I think every move should have a max of like 20, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I would go that aggressive because
Interesting.
I don't think Pokemon fights should take like 15 plus minutes,
Yeah. That makes sense.
but that's just me. Yeah. Speaking of Pokemon, I did finally get the DLC, the season
You did
pass
get
or whatever it is.
The DLC.
I still think the term season pass relating to video games is still a new concept
Yeah.
for me.
Weird.
So I'm still getting used to that, but yeah, I got both the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. So
Which are the only two currently. But
yeah, so I
a lot of people are saying there will be a third, but who knows?
So I met the like rival lady on the Isle of Armor who's
You have Sword, right? So she's like the pink-haired girl.
who's really jealous of you, but then in the end thinks you're actually pretty cool.
Oh,
So,
nice. She always seemed like a yandere to me.
Yeah,
She's like the scary eyes.
yeah, but like not like yandere would imply like really likes you, but she doesn't like you at all. At least not
True.
at first. But in the end, she comes to respect you. But like,
But that's it. Yeah.
the idea behind her is that like she never had to try to do anything in her life, and then
Wow.
you're the first person that made her have to try, and
Oh,
she doesn't like
interesting.
it.
Weird. Okay.
And then even when she tries as hard as she can't beat you because
Nice. Get wrecked.
because her highest level
Suck.
Pokemon is like level 62 or something, and by then you're like level 70 plus. So
Oh, yeah.
just
Do the
wipe the floor with
does
her.
the like levels not scale at all with you?
No, not with you. I don't think
Okay.
they just scale up from.
Oh man, I'm gonna wipe the
before.
floor with
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
Then I'll
'Cause-
my main team's level 100.
Yeah.
in-
Oh
in
wow.
that game,
Oh
so-
yeah. You will clean up there.
Jeez.
And
I
so,
have had them I pre-ordered them before they came out, and I still haven't played it now that they're out. So I need to get on that.
There's this dojo on the island, and there's a
right.
series of challenges. So I went through all the challenges, and there's it's a big island with a lot of things. So there's obviously going to be more to do. I just haven't.
Cool.
I just decided after doing all that I would just skip over to the Crown Tundra. So that's where I am now.
Okay.
And the levels are a little higher yet on
Cool.
Crown Tundra versus Isle of Armor.
So you might see some 70s in there.
Yeah, so that'll be a little more challenging, I think.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, I need to get on that because now I'm wanting to play Pokemon a little bit just from watching someone play. So that's just how Pokemon is. Always makes you want to replay it.
Also, so I beat Sword with a Pillow Swine on my team, which was pretty tedious, and I wouldn't actually recommend. He's not very good. Mamoswine might have been okay, but I don't have. He's not evolved to Mamoswine, so
Ouch.
I just instead now have a Glaceon, and I'm much happier.
Yes. Glaceon is very good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was fun. I did a thing in that game where I made a bunch of, made different profiles or used other people's profiles on my Switch to make new games. Which is cool to be able to do in a Pokemon game finally, because have other files and stuff.
Yeah, what a concept.
So I only played I always only played to the first gym though,
Oh yeah.
because it was mostly for the wild area or whatever. I was just seeing what kind of cool teams I could make just from the original
didn't you
wild
do
area.
a fully evolved evolution team?
Did. So
before the first gym?
Before the first gym, I got all 8 evolutions because guess what? You can do that.
Yeah, I think we mentioned this.
Which is insane. I think I did mention it, but I think it's super cool. I could have then played the entire game with all 8 evolutions.
And
switching out once
as
in a
far
while, I
as
guess.
a single evolutionary line to use to make up a whole
Pretty good.
team,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty solid. You could definitely survive
Their
with that.
stat spreads are really good, like 130 and 110. That's a
very good.
Especially, and then of course for me, the way I play Espeon and Jolteon, having
just ridiculous.
having it be on speed and special or speed and special attack is
very ridiculous. Also, Vaporeon's having the high HP and special also.
Yeah. Well,
really
and then
good.
Flareon post Gen 4 with its attack and speed.
Yeah. Physical attack
with
is
Fire
insane.
Fang or Flare Blitz or any of those physical
Flare Blitz
fire
is
moves.
very good.
It's just ridiculously strong.
Yep, definitely. Well, that's the thing. I even got them their almost best moves.
Yeah.
So the Espeon knows Psychic, the Vaporeon knows Surf, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're level 25.
Nice.
And it's before beating the first gym. It's so stupid how
that's
overpowered
gonna be an easy
you can
playthrough.
get. And I stopped there. I haven't touched it since. I just wanted to do it, But it's pretty cool. At least you have freedom, that you didn't have in some other Pokemon games, which is kind of cool. But we've talked about that before. But yeah, I almost thought about breaking out my SP and playing Leaf Green or something.
Yeah.
But I should probably just play the Sword and Shield DLC since I haven't touched that. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool. Speaking of Pokemon, I want to mention to you some rumors and news from Nintendo that's coming out.
From Nintendo.
News and stuff Brian hasn't heard of because he doesn't look up these things. Doesn't go on Twitter as much as I do.
Basically never uses
That's
Twitter,
the name.
even
That's the
though I
name.
do
Of
have
this,
one.
that's the name of this segment. That whole thing. So please transcribe that, somebody.
Yeah.
So the biggest one, big leak. Ooh.
Oh.
You know how these are always real.
Pokemon
although-
Gun, finally.
Pokemon Gun is coming out. Yes. Yes. No, I wish. But seeing as how the Mario 3D All-Stars was real, which no one really expected, they are now I think it's March of 2021 or something. There's a Pokemon anniversary happening. So people are thinking some rumors have come out that there will be a Pokemon collection of some sort for the Switch.
Yeah.
And if the league had said that it's going to have every game from Gen 1 onward, that'd be like, that's not going to happen. There's no way that's true.
Right.
Like red, greens, gold, silver, just all the way up to X and Y or whatever. No way. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But all of the rumors said that it'll be a collection for the Switch that has XY, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay.
So just XY up until Sword and Shield. Just those three
That would be nice,
sets
actually.
of games.
So, yeah.
Kind of cool and way more believable because it's not every game of all time, you know? So that's all they said so far, that it's going to be in March-ish time. I haven't seen anything that fully debunked it yet, but not much evidence to like back it up either. So sort of who knows. But I think that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind playing through like X and Y again. Those were pretty good.
You know what would be great would be like a Sword and Shield era of graphics for the Switch remake of Gold and Silver.
That would be really cool. Yeah. Especially because Heart Gold and Soul Silver are so like hard to find. And they're still just sprites.
They're pretty old now.
Very old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty early DS days.
Well, because
I think that'd be really cool.
Because it had both Kanto and Johto, so
Exactly.
it was a big game. It had a lot you could do. And it was really cool to be able to play through a Kanto where all the gym leaders were really high level compared to...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like I know they just remade Kanto for like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's tired of Kanto remakes by now.
But man, how cool would that be?
That would still be awesome.
And Gold and Silver is so good. Like, so
remake
that would be really cool. Seeing the lighthouse, you know, and the new graphics and just all the...
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool areas in the game, so... Make the forest kind of creepy with the Sudowoodo, that area. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly be excited about that. So, and the big town, the big city, what I forgot what it's called.
Goldenrod?
Goldenrod, I think. Yeah. Like they could make that super grand looking, you know.
Oh, and the Unknown Cave.
Unknown Cave could be really cool. Yep.
Yeah, the burned tower and
pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff.
Islands and there was actually a lot of cool areas in Gen 2.
And it'd be cool to have a mean rival again if they remade Silver, who is not only a jerk but literally a criminal.
Yeah.
Like it'd be kind of cool to have a mean rival again because they're all super nice now.
Yeah.
They're all like your best friend ever.
And so I always thought Gold and Silver was the hardest gen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
definitely
still not hard.
Super easy, yeah. No, that's true.
It's still not hard. None of the Pokemon games are actually hard.
Yeah,
but
no.
Gold and Silver,
Especially nowadays,
comparatively to the rest of the gens, is quite a bit harder.
Yeah, everyone has issues with the mill tank. Like everyone,
Yeah,
There's always spots like that where it's like that was not easy at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and the move sets were still awful.
Still awful. Yep. Yeah, we'd have new, good move sets too. That'd be nice.
And we'd get all the benefits that Gen 4 and later have brought to the series.
I mean, always the biggest thing is the split of physical and special moves.
Yeah.
It's such a huge deal. Every time I play Gen 1 again, I have to like relearn which types are physical and which ones are special because I don't even remember.
It's so ingrained in me that I don't think I could ever could forget.
Yeah. But I'm actually more used to the new games.
Gen 2, going back to Gen 2 is always the weirdest one for me because I have to be like, oh, right. I had this, but not that.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, stuff's still Gen 1, but also there's dark and steel types.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird in-between.
Special did get split into special attack and special defense at that point,
moves
but
did not.
Moves hadn't been split yet. Yeah.
Yep. So, Pokemon with high special attack, who in Gen 1 had really high special defense, no longer do.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yep.
It was actually a pretty big balance change.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe an unintentional one.
Yeah, well, Pokemon like Kadabra and Alakazam got way less defense, way easier to kill now from Gen 1 onward and stuff like that. So, I mean, they already had low physical defense, but yeah, interesting. So other rumors. Well, I had something. Pokemon Gun? Question mark? Who knows? No, definitely not. So the other rumor I was going to talk about was You know Switch Online, correct? You're aware of it.
Yeah.
Do you have Switch Online? I'm curious. No. But they've got the NES and Super Nintendo games that you can play on there.
Cool.
You could play Yoshi's Island.
Cool.
Actually, I don't know if it's on there. I don't remember. I don't. Actually, I think it is. But anyway, it doesn't have Super Mario RPG, which is so dumb to me. But I think it's a Square issue. Maybe they're holding on to it or something. But
that reminds me, I should get a ROM of that. Anyway.
It's a good game. I have it on the NES, Super NES Classic. That has it. But anyway, so they have the NES games on there. They have the Super Nintendo games on there. They finally got Donkey Kong Country 2 on there, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
That's one of my favorite games ever. But there's a rumor going around that very soon there will be Game Boy games added to it.
Ooh,
nice. They'll start adding Game Boy. I don't know if it said color or just Game Boy to start with, but that'd be pretty cool because there are some really good Game Boy games. Obviously, if Pokemon Gen 1 was on there, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like they wouldn't they're either going to start with that and make that the big OG Pokemon games, or wait a year and add it way later or something. But because that's a very Nintendo thing to do. But that'd be really cool. I think the leak said that it'd be super soon too.
Oh, cool.
Within a month probably. So either this month or beginning of the year. So that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome. That's the one thing I'm the Switch is such a great console. The portableness is really cool. But if they added all the games, just add all the games, N64, GameCube, because I feel like GameCube is the era that's never touched. It's in the middle where it's there's no remakes, but there's also not much ways to buy the old ones. Most GameCube games you have to buy the old GameCube disc.
Yeah.
You can't buy them digitally anywhere. You can't there's not many remakes. There's Wind Waker HD. There's the Pikmin Wii versions of Pikmin. There's I don't know, there's a few things, but most of the time, they just remade Sunshine for the thing. I guess Luigi's Mansion did go to the 3DS, I think, which is kind of weird. But it's just one of those things where I think that one is forgotten the most.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but if they made N64 and GameCube stuff on the Switch, I would buy all of them. I would rebuy my entire collection. It's Nintendo, please take my money, but they're like, no, we don't want your money.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
They very much want to make what they want to make.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool, and I know that's very them and kind of why they're on top still. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thing. I would buy all of my games over again, basically, if I could play them on the Switch. So just remake Paper Mario. That's all we're asking.
Right.
Just let me play Paper Mario on the Switch, and then we'll be good.
That's the thing is, I don't even want an HD remake of Paper Mario. I just want a port plus, a port, but also like fix any issues that might come up with the port move, like any glitches that come as a result of the porting, and then like any like visual defects that come over from that process. Just like clean it up,
right?
But you don't need to up-res it or anything.
It's pretty much what they did with Mario 64 on the 3D All-Stars, because it's much sharper looking. They fixed some of the polygons just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it just looks slightly better than the original for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely still has the old look to it, but yeah, I would say the same thing would be good, because that would be a great collection, like Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, and Super Paper Mario even.
Yeah.
Like that'd be a great collection. That just makes sense. They made the 3D All-Stars. They just make Super Mario Paper All-Stars.
Yeah.
There you go. Bring it in. Thanks, Nintendo. You can have that one. Just go ahead and make that.
We won't even charge you a royalty for it.
Nope. But you're welcome. God bless.
Anything you're looking forward to for Christmas time?
Oh, it's almost Christmas.
I know.
Brian, can you believe
So
it?
close. It's also, even more importantly, it's coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
It's true. Isn't that weird?
It is a little weird.
Like, what is this, episode 14 maybe?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that? 13? I don't know. I would have hoped we should have done more episodes. There's not very many episodes for 1 year
Yeah,
of
I
a
mean,
podcast.
it's more than one a month.
That's true. That's true. Not bad.
Not much more, but you know.
But that is pretty cool. That is weird that we started this so long ago.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a Christmas spoils part 2
Yeah.
eventually here. I don't know. I did put a few games on my list. The main 2 would be Hyrule Warriors, Calamity, Rise of Calamity or whatever.
Yeah. Our niece is loving that game right now.
Yes, our niece I got her very much into Breath of the Wild, so she's loving this now. And I've heard really good things about it, actually. So I've heard that the story's good. One person said they like forgot that they were playing a Hyrule Warriors game because it was so Breath of the Wild-esque. Like the gameplay is very different than Breath of the Wild, but the visuals look very much like that. So that's really cool.
I thought she was playing Breath of the Wild when I was looking over her shoulder.
I think they nailed that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that story to see, like, you know, the original war from Breath of the Wild. The other one is there's a new Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah. Wow.
Melody of Memory, I believe it's called.
This
MOM.
one's a rhythm game,
It's
right?
a rhythm game. Yeah.
Which is almost certainly going to have critical story
With
elements.
critical story elements, yes.
Just
as
like
Kingdom
all
Hearts
the other
does.
Kingdom Hearts games.
But here's the thing: I love rhythm games.
Yeah.
So, and
There you go.
I love the music from Kingdom Hearts. So, that's an obvious one for me. And it's on Switch, which is kind of cool. I haven't actually seen. I've seen like the trailer, you know, when it came out, but I've never seen gameplay really. Of
Yeah,
it.
I've seen
don't really
little
know-
snippets of gameplay, and that's it.
I don't really know even how the game works. So that'll be kind of cool to check that out. Definitely want that. So yeah, I would say that's the main 2. I want to get Pikmin 3 for the Switch also, because that came out on the Switch, like a Switch port of it. And that's the only Pikmin I haven't played was Pikmin 3. I never played it on the Wii U. It's one of the few Wii U games I didn't play because I was actually pretty into the Wii U.
Yeah.
But so that I definitely want to get as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, mostly Switch stuff.
I've a Amazon wish list with some actually older games that I just don't currently own. That I wouldn't mind owning.
Like 64 games that are mine and you don't have.
Yeah, like Mario Party 2.
One of the best Mario parties.
I had a Mario Party 2 cartridge in my house for a very long
Yes.
time, and then you moved
now
out.
it's mine.
So yeah. But also, there were a handful like Star Wars Republic Commando. I rented that one time, and that was pretty fun. So I'd like to actually get that back and play through the whole game.
You don't have Mario 64, right?
Oh no, I guess not.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Or do I?
No, I don't think you
can't
do.
remember.
Well, because I have the copy, so
Huh?
I don't think you do. That's just messed up.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, Kodor, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah,
Yeah, that old Xbox game. That one's
Yeah.
also on my list.
people like that.
I never. That's
There's a
another one I
PC version,
rented
right?
once and just never beat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember.
it's on Steam, right? I don't know.
Oh, probably.
Like everything else in the world.
Yeah.
What else? What else do you need? Bloodborne.
Yep.
You don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
Bloodborne?
That's actually on the list. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Bloodborne would be good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get the Switch version of Dark Souls too. I think that'd be nice to have on the Switch,
Yeah.
just because I don't own it otherwise. So I might as well get that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to have one system that has sort of your whole collection of games.
Yeah.
I have quite a few games on there now.
I don't mind so much playing some on this system and some on that system as long as I have the systems. I don't necessarily love having to buy a new console to play a new game,
That's true.
but
That's for sure.
when I have 3 consoles and I have like 10 games for each console, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It justifies the existence of the console.
Oh, what's nice? I actually really want Miles Morales Spider-Man as well, because that's on the PS4 too.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't. I thought it was just PS5, but they actually put it out on both. So
Cool.
I definitely want to get that too, because that Spider-Man game is really good.
And
That game's fantastic.
depending on which games they port over, if any, from PS4 to PS5.
Yeah,
If I'm able to,
a lot of them are backwards compatible.
yeah,
though,
if
so.
I'm able to play the one, all of my PS4 games, which I don't have that many,
Right.
if I'm able to play those on the PS5, then I can just do a straight swap.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm already going to be able to with the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, yeah. Series X is super compatible with stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only thing with the PS5 is you'd have to get the disc version,
Yeah.
which is like $100 more though.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah. Understandable.
I would definitely get the disc version.
Yeah.
I am not yet ready for all my games to be
Yeah.
downloaded.
You're still like a physical person.
Yeah.
I kind of am too.
On my PC, actually, I don't mind having them just be downloaded.
Right. You don't want PC discs. That's like
Yeah.
super old school.
I
It
mean, I
feels
have a drawer full of PC discs.
that feels super old school.
I still have my original Age of Empires 2 disc
Mm-hmm.
and my original Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds disc and my
That's amazing.
Warcraft 3 discs.
Do they even work with your computer anymore?
Probably not. I mean, Age of Empires barely worked in Windows 7, let alone 10. So
That's funny.
that's part of
don't
why
have any
the
computer games now,
HD
hang on.
and DE versions of Age of Empires even came out in the first place.
That's funny. Good times. So we might record one before Christmas, but let's be honest, I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can shoot for one, in a couple weeks, but before Christmas. But
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll have to try to do one on the anniversary.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Do our
At least
1 year
record one.
anniversary episode.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. That'd be fun. Well, everyone, it's been a great first year recording the podcast. Thank you all for listening. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off there, I think, unless you have something else you want to
Yeah,
add.
I think that's
Video games are cool
good.
and okay.
yes.
Go ahead and follow us on Twitter if you can, and you should. Go ahead and go to the Brothers G Pod out onto Twitter, the Brothers G Pod. I'll put a link to that in the description if you care. Please download on all the podcast platforms. That really helps us out to sort of see how many people are listening. Give us a rating if you can on Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. It'd be super cool.
If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a like.
Smack that bell.
Yeah, please subscribe, hit the bell, all that. But no, like if you want to,
It means a lot. It really helps us out.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to get as much
Wanna
traction
help
as
support.
you can, especially in this world of podcasts where there's 100,000 million of them. So yeah, thank you guys again. Leave us a comment. Shout us out on Twitter. We'd love to, be, engaging with people and stuff. So, so yeah, cool. We're gonna go eat some McRibs now.
yep.
Ah, McRib is back.
McRib is back.
Oh my gosh. What up? Bye-bye.